Yo, what's up guys? Back with another video. Today I'm going to be telling my first story time on this channel. So, I'm going to be having some Call of Duty background in it. If you like these type of videos, go ahead and like, comment, and if you want to, subscribe. It would really be helping me out. And yeah, let's get into it. So, the story I'm telling today is how I got embarrassed for liking anime in daycare. So, after every single day, I'd go to daycare after school. Now, I really liked Yu-Gi-Oh, right? To the point where I made my own cards. And I didn't really want anybody to see them because, social anxiety. And also, no one else really watched, anime back then. Now, I usually would just sit in the corner and do my thing, play with them. My little imagination went wild back then. So, it was pretty fun doing it, and I do not regret doing it. So, I was just sitting there, minding my business, doing what I always do, not paying attention to no one. Now, my teacher that was teaching for that day is one of the, cool type of teachers. And I don't really have a grudge with teachers like that, but this one, I really do, just because of this situation. So, she grabs the cards out of my hand. She didn't even ask me for them. She just went up and grabbed them. Now, you see, the one card I remember she showed everyone was the Red Eyes Black Dragon I made. Because my favorite character in the anime was Joey Wheeler. So, she shows everyone, and everyone burst out laughing. Now, you see, the one thing that I don't really get about this situation is that we were all like 8 or 9. My oldest friend was like 10 or 11. So, I shouldn't really have cared, but I did. Everyone started laughing, I started getting mad, and I started crying. So, when I started crying, she still showed them, and after she gave them back to me, and then she just walked off. Didn't even ask me what was wrong. So, I'm pissed, right? Like, she had just showed everyone my business without asking me. So, I was pretty pissed. I went over to the principal's office, which was like a hallway down to the right. I went down there and I told the principal what happened. She immediately called the teacher that did it into the room. Now, we're going to name this teacher Miss So-and-so, just for the sake of her not getting exposed on the internet. So Miss So-and-so walks in, she's like, "Yes, ma'am," and my principal starts breaking down everything that she did and what I told her. She didn't even deny it, she told the truth. So after that, she said, "Okay, you're gonna take a day off, and you're not getting paid for that day. You can take a day off, and you'll be coming back tomorrow." Which I thought was pretty good, because I didn't like her in the first place. But everyone's gonna get mad at me because they liked her. So she's like, okay, she gets all her stuff, does what she has to do, and she leaves. And now me and her are just sitting there. And now the principal is a very strict principal, right? And I still keep in contact with her because I go to the same church as her. So, I know how she acts. Now, I should have expected this, but I didn't. She tells me that she's going to call my mother about the situation. Now, the reason I didn't want her to call my mom is because I know my mom was not going to listen to me. Nuh-uh. She wasn't going to listen to a word I say. But she still called her. So, when she called her, she pulls up. She was actually at work, so that made me even more scared because I know she was going to be absolutely pissed at me for getting her off her job. Now, after that, she starts talking. She tells her about the situation, and she says that she already had suspended her for 1 day with no pay. So, my mom's like, okay, can I talk to him in private? My mind at that time was like, oh shit, gotta make up an excuse. Because I thought she was going to tear my butt up in the middle of daycare. And I was scared. So, when she leaves, there's this tenseness. And she stares at me and she's like, what's the name of the teacher that did it? I said, Miss So-and-so. And I tried saying it as confident as I can, but it really wasn't going to hold up, given that I was 8 or 9. So she's like, okay, stop crying. I said, okay, I'll stop crying. Start trying to wipe off my tears off my face. So she's like, okay, I'm going to be picking y'all up, and we won't be coming back to this daycare again. I said, okay. And we left. Now, needless to say, yeah, I ended up going to that daycare for 4 more years. And those were the best 4 years of my life because I didn't have to deal with her anymore. She left that same year because she got fired. So now that has happened and we have not reached near as much time I want in this video, I'm going to give y'all a bonus story. Okay, so soon I'm going to have to be getting a shot for something. My mom just said that me and my sister have to get a shot. And it brought up a memory that I haven't really thought of in a while. It was a time where I got a shot. And it was actually my first shot at the age of 4. So, my mom, for some reason, wanted me to get a flu shot. We rarely came out the house for anything. But, yeah, she still wanted me to get a flu shot. So she's like, okay, come on. We go, and I didn't know what flu shots were. I thought they were just going to be like they're going to give you a bottle of medicine. If you don't know, I was terribly mistaken. So she starts explaining it to me while we were going up the elevator to get to the office. She tells me I will get a needle in my wrist and they will put medicine inside me. And that shook me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know to cry. I didn't know to... I just wanted to die at that point. So she's like, okay. And we're coming up to the top of the elevator. So we start getting ready to walk out. So we walk out, right? And I had to stop crying because there were people in the lobby. So I stopped crying. We wait for like 2 hours. And I swear to God, those 2 hours were the most stressful time of my life. Why was it so stressful? I had to think of me getting a fucking needle into my arm at the age of 4. And my imagination ran wild at that time. The wild it's ever gotten. So I was thinking that they were about to pull a whole cartoon move on me and get a big old fucking needle out of that room and start just injecting it into my arm. I can remember it vaguely, and I hate that I have to. So she's like, okay, we're here. Go ahead and go into the office. I go into the office, and I get this little baby needle, and it was like one of those butterfly needles, because so to get kids to, be more chill about the whole shot thing, they put a little butterfly on the back of it. It's not the thing that's going to be going into your arm. It's just a little decoration to make kids, want to get the shot and not be too scared of it. So, yeah, cool. They say I'm going to get a butterfly needle and it's not going to do anything to me. Of course I didn't believe them. I didn't believe them for shit. I was not having that. But, alas, I still had to get my shot. So, I get the shot, and surprisingly, I don't cry. Because, I didn't say this, but she bribed me with McDonald's Happy Meals. God, I was so fat back then. So, she bribed me with McDonald's Happy Meals, I don't cry, and we go to McDonald's. And that's the end of that story. Alright, here are some announcements. The quality of these videos will be getting better soon, I promise. I just haven't been able to get them good because I do all this editing. What the shit? Well, besides that, I do all this editing in my room on my PS4, so it's not going to be that good of the content. I have my own mic, so that's a plus. I'm not using my freaking headphones, but yeah. And to everyone that's been supporting me, thank you. I really appreciate you guys. And you guys deserve the world. I love you all. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Whatever time you're watching this. Daytime, evening, or nighttime. Whatever day, whatever year. If you're watching this, thank you for tuning in. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. See ya, my peeps.